ready to put in the wall.
Because you're ecologically friendly.
Because we're ecologically friendly. Any other, what does that mean, though? What does that mean?
Less chemicals.
Less chemicals?
Airborne stuff.
What does that mean for you who is inside
Less toxins.
these?
Breathing better.
It's
healthier
healthier for you. Yeah. Thank you very much. Thank you. So it's really healthier for us. And what's healthy for us, not always, but often, is healthy for the environment. With that said, Jean-Francois, did you disappear? Ah, you disappeared. So we have a nickname for him, and that's Fred Flintstone. Because he wanted most to learn how to do this without the tumbler. Okay? Peter, would you turn the tumbler on, please?
Yes.
Peter Arnold came from Maine. He's a new resident of Ashland. He and his wife are here interested in creating co-housing, and they would like to do the co-housing with natural materials. So they, Peter's here, please. Yep. So what you see here is a 10-foot cylinder rotating 20 revolutions a minute. And it actually does the same thing. Do we have a pitchfork in the vicinity? Yeah, yeah. So it does the same thing that... Yeah. How about a little... Do we have any loose straw left in a can?
I'll fetch it in a bag.
In a bag? Yeah. So essentially, when you make a salad and you dress it, you create turbulence. Yeah. You toss it up. So like your salad, we take the straw, our greens, and we will put a little slip. And I would love for Jean-Francois, because he's very good at this. Yeah. Okay, so while that is getting set up, do you have a question? No. So Noel has come from Argentina. Well, he's come from Los Angeles. He's our student who is coming originally from Argentina. And he got the award in our class for asking the most questions. By the way, have any of you here built a home? Doesn't have to be natural material, whatever. You've built anybody else? No, Royce and Claire, you've done it? And
Worked on it.
You've worked on it? Yeah. So it's a good skill to have. You know, we need it. Here in Ashland, you need it. You need a roof. You gotta have a roof. Yeah. So it's good to have. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, let's bring the wheelbarrow here. And we'll shut the tumbler off until Jean-Francois comes back. Actually, let's not wait for Jean-Francois. So let's divide. Joseph is our student from Arcata? Garberville, California. Karen is from Talent, so Karen's local talent. Local talent. And right here, would you two do the Fred Flintstone technique? Okay. So while that is happening here, we will... Noel, Jonathan, you want to load and temp this one? Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
So is there a specific soil composition?
Your name?
Scott.
So Scott just asked the question, is there a specific soil for this kind of construction? And there is. And the soil that you would like to use is a clay-rich soil. Yeah?
We got that here.
You have beautiful clay here. You really have. You know, I'll tell you just a side note, okay? So when I first came here almost 4 years ago to teach a workshop on Wagner Creek Road in Talent, I hadn't been here, so we needed clay. And I called a few sand and gravel people, and then I was staying with some people in Little Applegate. so I would drive through Jacksonville, right? And I stopped at this intersection in Jacksonville, and everything I saw was bricks. Was beautiful red bricks. So you had a quarry, you had a kiln right there in Jacksonville. I called the librarian and
Okay.
asked if she knew more about it, but she didn't. Anyway, to answer your question, you want clay-rich soil. And if the richer the soil, we say the higher the clay content, the easier the technique, the lighter you can make the mixture. On average, the density, this here material that you see here will make a wall between 30 and 40, maybe 50 pounds a cubic foot. Now that's relatively dense compared to a fiberglass wall, which may be 2 pounds a cubic foot. Straw bale, about 10 pounds a cubic foot. Our range, when we build a house, our range is going to be denser on the south if we have good solar gain. So this is a good south wall mixture. And we use that to gain. Jean-Francois, would you like to help with the tossing? S'il vous plaît. So, thermal mass, exactly. Now, the north side of the house will be the opposite. When you see a mixture for the north side of the house, it's going to be mostly straw. It'll look a lighter color. Yeah. Mostly insulation. So, most of you here probably have heard of straw bale building, and being that cob building really got its revival here in Oregon, most of you have heard of cob building.
Yeah.
So straw bale, very light, insulating, super high insulation potential. And cob is the opposite. Earth, so it's massive, so you have a lot of mass, you have a lot of thermal mass. This technique, you might say, you can say, combines the benefits of mass and insulation together. Mass and insulation in the wall. Yeah. This is a typical corner of a house. 12-inch thick. You have a network of trusses. So this is simply a conventional wall on steroids. Okay? Conventional wall, double, to give you. Now, why 12 inches? Why not 14, 16, 20? 12 inches gives you 95% thermal efficiency. If we double the thickness, we go to 97% thermal efficiency. So, diminishing returns. Yeah. Performance of the wall is about R20. Because of the mass, it performs higher than R20. The R value is R20, but the performance, there's a gain from the storage capacity, translates into higher than the 20. There's no data that has quantified that, but we know from experience that it's easy to heat in the winter and cooling is virtually unnecessary. Yeah, in the summer. Okay, because of the mass. Now, I'm going to just intervene here for a moment and show you what we do on, this is what we do on a south wall. We compact the entire surface area that's in the wall. Let's load fresh now, 4 inches of loose material in both chambers, and then I'll demonstrate how we change the tamping slightly.
And the moisture in the walls it dries out, so it doesn't create a rotting issue or anything like that.
I want to go back just for a moment.
As much whatever you want.
So the soil doesn't have to be pure clay. Okay. The purpose of the clay here is what?
Harden.
As a binder.
It's a binder. It's the cement here.
Okay.
You can think of the clay as your Portland. The Portland clay. Think of. It's probably not the best analogy, but it is the Portland cement of the natural building movement.
Okay.
without the 10% global warming impact. Did you know that for a fact?
No.
Did you, anybody know that
Concrete.
the production of Portland cement, you know, that's the, I use the word the bloodline of modern building. It's used virtually worldwide with the exception of the poles. You have concrete everywhere. Now concrete is an extraordinary material. I have a love-hate relationship with it. I love what it can do. However, there's a cost. So all of us know the sobering reality of global warming. The production and use of concrete is responsible for 10% of that figure. So if you, when we evolve an improved material, biological material that does what concrete does without the impact, you've just reduced global warming 10%. So that's big, eh? It's huge. Yeah. So clay is already made for us. There is some embodied energy. We didn't dig it off the site. Some sites you can dig it from the site, but here it came from Applegate. So we've got the trucking and loading and that. So there is impact. I'll be the first to tell you we haven't figured this out. We've made some progress. Questionable. You know, in my mind, we've made some questions. But you could question it.
Applegate's still awful local.
Applegate's local. Thomas, behind me here, Thomas has come from Missouri, so he stands, his property is on virtually pure clay, covered with a little topsoil. So he can, if he wants, he can use the clay from the site. We started building in 1990 with light clay in Fairfield, Iowa. And all of Jefferson County, where I live, was pure Montmorillonite clay. Brick factory quality clay, almost 100% clay. And we just excavate and for the foundation and use that for the walls. And we've done it elsewhere too, but half the time we get some local clay. But you had a different question here. I went backwards.
Okay.
You had a-
Composition
Moisture.
of the
Moisture.
on
Yeah,
the
the
moisture.
Moisture.
Right.
Okay, so say the question again?
I was concerned about the moisture creating an issue long term with either the straw or the wood that's in it.
It's a beautiful question. It's an excellent question. Thomas, can I trouble you to bring a copy of the Equinox from the house? Just ask Paul.
Is this what you're looking for? I have one of these. Is it in here?
No, it's not in there. That's not a good place for that.